What's up guys, welcome back to Minimal Minds. It's Taylor and today I have my first talk through tutorial and I'm going to be talking you through this look right here. This is my interpretation of what I would wear to prom because I know prom season's coming up, so I wanted to do something really glam and sparkly and pretty and girly. So if you guys want to see how I achieve this look, keep on watching. Okay, so we're going to start off with the base, obviously. I already have my eyebrows on, so we're going to skip that step and we're going to go straight into foundation stuff. So I'm going to apply my primer and I'm using the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm in Sensitive. And if you guys don't know this product, I got introduced to it by Nikki Tutorials, McQueen herself. And I'm just going to apply that all over. It smells so good. It smells like boy. Okay, so now that we have our primer on, we're going to go into foundation. I would recommend going for something that's obviously very long wear. So I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte Demi Matte Finish in 106 Sun Beige. And this is a 24-hour foundation, so it's going to last you all night. And I really like this foundation because you can apply it in layers. So if you want like a more natural finish, you don't have to put as much on. But since this is prom, I'm gonna cake it up. Next, I'm gonna start highlighting and contouring my face. So I'm gonna be using Maybelline Fit Me Shine Free Balance Foundation Stick. And this is in 220 Natural Beige, and I'm gonna use this as my highlight. This is pretty close to my natural skin tone because I actually do use this as like a regular foundation. And I'm also using my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, which was in my March favorites. If you guys didn't watch that yet, go ahead and watch that. I'm gonna go ahead and add some more coverage for my under eyes with my Maybelline Master Conceal by Face Studio Camouflaging Concealer. And I have the color 30, which is light medium. And I'm just gonna put that just right under my eyes just to brighten them up a little bit more, because you want to look super awake and not dead in prom photos. And now for my contour, I'm going to go ahead and use another Maybelline Fit Me Shine and Balance foundation stick, and this one is in Toffee 330. So I'm just going to put that where I would normally contour, so all of my cheeks, jawline, put it around my forehead and on the temples. And then I'm going to take this large concealer brush. This is by Bogacious. It's probably not how you say it, but I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to speak French. I'm going to take that and put some of the foundation on there and then contour my nose because I have a flat nose, so I need to make it a little more prominent by contouring. And I'm going to go back in with my beauty blender and just blend that all out. Okay, so now we're going to set all of this with powder because you want this to last all night, and powder is definitely going to help you do that. So the first one I'm going to take is my Palladio Rice Powder, and this one is in translucent, I believe. Yeah, I'm going to take my Real Technique sponge and I'm going to dab it in the powder a little bit. I'm going to take that and set my under eyes. If you don't like to bake, you don't have to. I just feel like this does definitely help have your concealer and your foundation last longer, especially if you're oily like me. And then the next thing I'm going to take is my NYX HD Finishing Powder, and this one is in Banana, which is like the brightening one because it's yellow toned. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and then dust that right over where we had the other powder. This is obviously just going to help brighten it up just a little bit to accentuate the highlights. And next I'm going to take my Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette, and I'm going to take the shade Subconscious, and this is just the more cool tone shade. I'm going to start contouring a little bit. And for me personally, I really like to contour my face. This is like one of my favorite parts of doing my makeup because I feel like it really transforms my face. I have a really round head, so I try to make my cheekbones a little more out there, and then take it across the jawline and across the temple and the forehead, basically anywhere we put that darker foundation stick. And I'm going to take it down my nose as well. So now moving on to the eyes, I obviously already have one eye done, so this is what I'm trying to achieve. We're going to start off with primer, and I already applied that, and I'm using the original formula from Urban Decay Primer Potion. I'm going to sweep Ludwin all over my lid. This is just like a nice base color, so that way your shadows blend nicer. So I'm just taking that all over the lid and up to the brow bone. And then I'm going to take this flat shader brush. Any flat shader brush will do, preferably one that's like medium sized. So I'm going to take the shade, I think it's Latinus. I'm going to take this shade right here. I'm going to start mapping out my cut crease. So I'm going to do it a little bit above where my actual crease is. So I'm just going to start mapping it out really gently because we're going to start buffing it out a little bit later. And you're pretty much just focusing on the shape of the crease. Just extend it out a little bit. I'm going to go in with this IT Cosmetics crease brush, and I'm going to dip into the same color and start adding a little bit more color and kind of blending it out. Then I'm going to use the same shadow brush, and I'm going to dip into this nice neutral brown right here, and that's going to be our actual crease shade. And so I'm going to go right back over that line that we created, but I'm going to make it a thinner line so that way it accentuates the crease more. And right now I'm using the Crispy method. If y'all don't know Crispy, she's the other queen. Her, Desi Perkins, Decay tutorials. And I'm going to go back and blend that out some more. And so now we have a nice defined crease. What this does is just going to make your eyes look a little bit bigger once you're done putting everything else on for your makeup. So now I'm going to take this really dense shader brush. I'm just going to take this, pretty much it's like a matte white shade, and I'm just going to pack that all over the lid, and that's going to be the base color for our glitter. And you can take the opportunity to use this color as like a cleanup shade for the previous colors, like right where the crease is, and really like perfect the crease line. And the glitter I'm going to be using is the Urban Decay Moondust eyeshadow in Moonspoon. It's just like a nice gray eyeshadow with silver glitter. And I'm going to go ahead and use my Too Faced glitter glue. I'm going to apply that on this other flat shader brush that I have. I'm just going to dab on a little bit of the glue onto my brush and then start dabbing it right on top of the base color. And you want to work pretty quickly with this because once the glue starts to dry, it's not going to pick up as much glitter. I'm going to go into Moonspoon and start packing that on the lid. And you're just pushing this glitter right up to that crease line. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my highlighter shade, and I'm using the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone. I'm going to apply that right to the brow bone and the inner corner. Now I'm just going to use this Smashbox Full Exposure. It's happening. Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara. It's just a little travel size. I'm going to run through my lashes really quick, and we're going to move on to eyeliner. Okay, So mascara is on, and now I'm going to use my NYX Liquid Black Liner. Now I'm just going to do my usual wing. You kind of want it to get to meet that corner where you set your crease line as well. So now I'm going to go into the lower lash line. I'm just going to take this smudger brush from IT Cosmetics. I'm going to take that shade we used earlier in the crease. I'm going to take Sea Tree, which is the shade that I used right in my crease. I'm going to buff that right into my lash line. And then I'm going to take Latinus on the all over shadow side, and I'm going to buff that into the lash line as well, and kind of giving it a nice smoke, blending it with Sea Tree. And now I'm going to go ahead and apply some black eyeliner to the waterline, and I'm just using this NYX pencil liner. I'm going to go back in with that Smashbox Full Exposure mascara and apply that to the lower lashes. And for my lashes today, I'm going to be using the Vegas Nay Grand Glamour lashes from Allure. And they look like this. They're not too heavy on the eyes, which is what I really like, and I feel like that's really important if you're going to be wearing false eyelashes all night, especially for prom, and these are going to show up really nicely in pictures. So I'm obviously going to be taking my Duo brush on adhesive in dark. I'm just applying a layer of glue right to the lashes and just putting those right on. So this is going to be the finished eye look. So once I'm done with the eyes, I always like to apply this HD Studio Photogenic Finishing Powder by NYX. I think that it really blends all of my makeup together really nicely. And it kind of leaves it like a nice airbrush finish. So I'm just going to take this big powder brush, dip it in there just a little bit, out the excess, and then just dust it all over my face. And this is meant for photos, so this will be good for prom when you're doing all those group photos and stuff and you want like the perfect Instagram picture. I'm going to go in with blush, and I'm using the NYX blush in Amber, which is this one right here. It's just a really nice peachy shade, and I'm just going to apply that to the apples on my cheeks and up towards my temples. And to give some glow back into your face, you obviously want to apply some highlight, because not only will this help you look a little more dewy, which is what I like, it's gonna look really good in photos. I'm just gonna take my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone and apply that to all the high points on my face. So nose, chin, cupid's bow, and cheekbones. And I like to really pack my highlight on, so don't mind me. And just apply a little bit on my forehead right here. Now the last part of the makeup is lips, and I do have a couple options for you guys. The first option I have is this Sephora Oil Infusion Color and Care in Iced Coffee, and I really like this because I feel like it just gives like a nice natural look to the lips. It's just like a nice gloss, so just add that. You can just apply this really easily whenever you need to, and just throw it in your bag because it's so skinny and small. You can just throw it in there, whip it out whenever you need to, and there you go. The second choice I have are some liquid lipsticks, and I have the duo that I talked about in my March favorites, and this are the Colourpop Ultra Satin Lips in Echo Park and Magic Wand. And so I'm going to take Echo Park and outline my lips. Then I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest with Magic Wand. I think this is a great option because it's definitely going to look really amazing in pictures, especially because of the color. Just after you go to dinner, make sure you reapply your lipstick so that way you're going to look good when you get to the actual dance. So that's it, guys. This is my finished Glam prom makeup. I hope that you guys like this. If you end up recreating this look, go ahead and let me know in the comments because I would love to see some pictures of you guys recreating this look. It actually turned out pretty nice. Like, my makeup looks nicer than usual. But anyways, I hope you guys really like this video. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!